Welcome to my 2x KO progression series, a video series dedicated to tracking my progress as I try to improve as a player in 2x KO. So it's been a while since I made one of these videos because a lot has happened in 2x KO. So not only did they drop Senna, they also dropped Thresh and a whole new game mode at the same time. And the last time I made a video, I was talking about how I was spending a whole month learning Ahri to see what that was going to be like. And I was going to reevaluate things once the Senna patch came out. And I did. The first thing I did was actually try Thresh for a couple of days. I tried Thresh Yasuo. And Thresh is a really strong character, and I like the way he influences that team, the way he helps Yasuo be stronger and feel better to use. But ultimately, Thresh just isn't the character for me. You know, he still is a big body. He has that very unique dash that is strong, but feels awkward to use for me. And I think maybe in the future, I'll try Thresh again, give him a better try. But for now, I kind of dropped him pretty quickly. Right after dropping Thresh, I decided to pick up and commit to Senna for a couple of weeks. And the thing is, that team was kind of fun, but I also dropped Senna, and I'll explain why. So there's some strong stuff Senna has and some stuff I like about her. Number one, her Wraith form. There's no complaints about her Wraith form. It feels really good to use. It feels good to work towards. And whenever you can combine it with pretty much any teammate, she feels like a really good and complete character. Secondly, her design is really cool. I think it's really cool. I do have to mention that. I like what they did in 2x KO with her, not just visually, but also in terms of her gameplay, the whole idea behind her gameplay. And thirdly, she has some decently unique stuff with Yasuo, where her assist being so good, and especially so good at helping the other character in neutral, means that Yasuo can get some pretty cool conversions full screen into full combos, and he can also use these assists in pressure as well. Especially the beam assist. The beam assist feels so good to use in general, and the fact that you can also, with the help of freestyle, you know, tag into Senna, do the beam, tag out, opens up like a lot of stuff in neutral. And so I think Senna's a great support character at making your other character play better and stronger in neutral. But unfortunately, there's some stuff that I didn't like about Senna. And they kind of all revolve around her gun form. Number one, her movement is very slow. I know this is intended, but it feels a little too slow. She feels really bad to move around with in a game where movement is very important. Secondly, it's her buttons. Her buttons don't feel too good, so you're not incentivized to be pressing her buttons frequently or running at people and pressing buttons. You kind of feel like you're just kind of delaying for Wraith form, which might be intended, but it makes her awkward to play. And the third, which is the least important to me, is that she averages pretty low damage. You can get some decent damage with her, and I think the low damage is pretty intentional because of how Wraith form and her S2 super works. Because that super puts you into Wraith form or ends your Wraith form and deals a chunk of damage. It very much feels like she's a character that wants to be doing that S2 super pretty much every chance she gets. But unfortunately, those three things combined with the fourth and most important one, which is that I don't feel like Senna and Yasuo truly have synergy together. It seems like Senna's best teammates are Thresh, Ahri, and Akali, which are three really strong options. And it feels like she doesn't get anything super unique or super special with Yasuo. I'm sure there's maybe some combos here and there, but there's tons of teams out there that get good combos with Yasuo. And that kind of leads me towards where I'm at right now, where I went back to Ahri. And the big reason why I went to Ahri is because, again, it just feels like in so many different aspects of the game, these two just have pretty good synergy together. I'm not sure if Ahri is Yasuo's best teammate, and I definitely don't think that Yasuo is Ahri's best teammate, but it's a team that's been fully explored really well. It's still being played by high-level players, and it's two characters that help each other so much, not just in combos, but also in pressure and conversions. And they're both similar characters. They feel like similar characters to play. It feels like if you enjoy Yasuo, you'll probably enjoy Ahri, and the other way around too. So these two just feel a lot better to play together, and I'm back to having a lot of fun. That month where I learned Ahri was really fun, and I'm having even more fun now because of what I've been focusing on. So finally, to talk about some sort of progression related topics to my development as a player, I've kind of decided to break down the game into three very vague categories, essentially: neutral, offense, and defense, and pretty much always have something to work on with those three. And so for neutral, I've been really focusing around assist timers, both mine and the opponents. Making sure that I don't force myself to run in when my assist isn't up, and making sure that I also get aggressive when my opponent's assist timer is down has been really important, and it has helped me so much. And I know I mentioned it before, but I'm continuing to work every day on like my assist spacing, making sure that every time I call an assist, there's like strong influence in the match. I'm making my opponent think about something at the very least, if not forcing them to directly deal with something. For offense, I've primarily been focusing on mix. This has been something that I've been neglecting for so long, mainly because I've been swapping teams recently, but making sure that every time I touch my opponent's block, I'm sort of posing some sort of threat, especially when my assist is up. The fact that, you know, like getting your opponent to block solo without using an assist is a huge blessing in this game. You have to make sure that when your assist is available during a block string, that you use it properly so that you're forcing your opponent to deal with it. You know, your opponent should be dealing with some sort of mix, some sort of strong pressure every time you touch their block. And it's something I've had to drill. It's something I've had to lab and discover, you know, see what better players are doing, and straight up do drills of it in training mode to make sure I execute it well in a match. And it has been happening. I've been really proud of it, and it's been very helpful. And as far for defense, my focus has been push block. My push blocks have been really random. I'm starting to really pay attention to what moves I'm push blocking and being much more intentional with it, so that I can have a better idea of what kind of opportunities I'm creating for myself with it. And alongside push block, falls more into offense, but I've also been focusing on dealing with my opponent's push block better. This goes alongside having better assist calls whenever I force my opponent to block, and it also has been something I had to like lab solo. You know, it's very simple. You kind of have to do staggered pressure and like do dashes after your light attacks, but overall making sure that it's harder for my opponent to get anything out of the push block and making sure that I get the most out of mine has been extremely helpful. And I think I'll keep this structure. I know it's like a very simple and overarching structure, but breaking down the game into three categories: neutral, offense, and defense, and focusing on one thing from those three has been really helpful. And the last major thing that I've sort of discovered recently, thanks to Rain, they go by Rain on Twitter and Discord, is that something unique to this team, more specifically Yasuo teams, is his ability to hard tag his teammates. Now, hard tagging your teammates is something that pretty much a lot of characters can do, but because of the way Yasuo's wall bounce works, you have plenty of time to hard tag a teammate in that can finish the combo for you, and you will end up with that teammate's Oki. So a better way to describe it is that I'll land a hit with Yasuo, I'll hard tag Ahri in the middle of it, and because Ahri can pick up OTG with her orb super, I can then finish the combo with her using her limit strike ender. We've all seen it before. It's the S2 in the corner where she gets the limit strike and then she sets up the projectile delayed, and then she can pretty much pressure you however she wants immediately after it, punish the roll very easily. That has been extremely helpful, and sort of understanding not just that that's an option, but also how it works and why it's good has been really eye-opening, because now every time I see someone use my team, especially a pro player, I start to realize, hey, you know what? Every time they land a hit with Yasuo, they're doing this hard tag combo. And that sort of unique team interactions, you know, learning about the elements that make the team different from other teams has been really fun. You know, it really sort of opens up the game for me and makes it seem like, oh, it's not just one or two things that make the team good or make the team special. You know, it's more than that. So I want to thank Rain for that. That has been really helpful. And sort of making sure I remind myself to apply all these different things has been very helpful. I definitely need to keep working on these. There's a bit more sort of development in these different categories that I need to do. Like, for example, Ahri solo pressure or Ahri focused pressure needs some work. Defense, it's much more than just push blocking. You know, I have been working on reacting to things properly. And also just small details in matchup knowledge are the things I have to develop as well. But so far, you know, I've kind of locked in these past couple of weeks. I've been tracking my progress, writing things down, making sure that I, you know, take things seriously, watch my replays. And it's been a lot of fun. This game is a game that, because of its high skill ceiling, it makes it feel very, not just high skill ceiling, but how much variety is in the game. It's kind of crazy to say this because it has a small roster, but how much variety is in the game and how many unique interactions in the game, it really welcomes sort of this learning mentality. And I think I'll try to keep up this sort of schedule that I have and this sort of strong focus on detailed learning to see how far it takes me. I have a local this Saturday, so we'll see how I do there. I don't really care about results at my local, but I do try my best whenever I go, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully I can execute what I've been practicing. I just got to lock in for a few more days and then the local will happen. Regardless, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video. Till next time, peace.